Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association. If you have a news topic or event that you would like to see covered, give us a call at the station. The studio number is 970-677-4119. Today's show runs Monday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand, and is replayed on Monday afternoon at 2 and evening at 6 and went Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. Today is November 4th, 2019, and now the news at noon. From the Telluride News, former Norwood and Telluride resident Alec Blair was sentenced in Telluride Thursday to 12 years in prison, with credit for time served for the role he played in the deaths of 2 young girls on his Norwood property in 2017. The 12-year sentence was the maximum he could receive under the terms of a plea deal he entered after being taken into custody in September of 2017. Originally charged with 2 counts of fatal child abuse and 1 count of being an accessory to a crime, Blair pled guilty to being an accessory in the deaths of the 2 girls. Since then, he has fully cooperated with investigators and has proven instrumental in the prosecution of his confidants, 2 of whom are already serving prison sentences. Blair spoke for several minutes at his sentencing hearing in Telluride. He expressed deep remorse and accepted full responsibility for his actions and lack of actions that led to the deaths of sisters Michaela Roberts, age 10, and Hannah Marshall, age 8, during the summer of 2017. Quote, 2 children lost their lives, and there's no excuse or justification for that, Blair said through tears. It has forced me to be honest with myself. I am in shock that I was involved with this, and there's nothing I can say or do to make this right. Authorities discovered the mummified corpses of the sisters in a trash-filled car covered up by a tarp on Blair's former marijuana farm in Norwood in September of 2017. A post-mortem investigation showed that they had been dead for several weeks before the remains were discovered. The alleged victims of a doomsday religious group Blair had invited to stay on his property. The group's spiritual leader, Madena Sayas of Haiti, allegedly declared the girls to be unclean and banished them to the car with no food or water, as Blair and other members of the religious group, including the girls' mother, Nashika Bramble, stood by and let them die. Blair's parents were both present at his sentencing hearing Thursday morning and tearfully read from prepared statements. Quote, "Today is not a day I could ever wish for as a parent," said Blair's father, Franklin Fletcher. Blair's attorney, Kristen Hinman, made a powerful case for sentencing Blair to credit for time served of 784 days, arguing that he had been brainwashed by Sayas and emphasizing the value of Blair's full cooperation throughout the investigation into the girls' deaths and the trials of the co-defendants. He is deeply ashamed about what happened to those girls, he said. He will never get over it. He can't make things right again or undo what's done, but since he's left his property, he has been trying to do what's right. Judge Carrie Yoder noted that while there were compelling mitigating circumstances in Blair's case, there were also significant aggravating circumstances. Brainwashing and involvement in cults and religious movements, quote, does not lessen criminal responsibility in this country, she said. Yoder added that she was being, quote, really careful about being fair in regard to having already sentenced Blair's co-defendant Ashford Archer to a 24-year prison sentence. Archer was convicted in March of 2 counts of fatal child abuse and 1 count of being an accessory to a crime, the same charges that Blair faced before entering his plea deal. Quote, taking into account the circumstances, an appropriate sentencing is 12 years in the Department of Corrections and 3 years probation with credit for time served. Yoder told Blair, noting that the actual time served may be less depending on Blair's conduct while in prison. Going to the Department of Corrections isn't the end of your journey, she said. If you are serious about wanting to change, you will take advantage of their programs. And from the Journal, a 29-year-old man has been arrested and faces charges of attempted murder after a gunshot fired early Friday morning sent Nicholas Posey to the hospital, according to the Montezuma County Sheriff's Office. Andrew James Scott was arrested about 10 a.m. Saturday near Woody's Food Stores. Sheriff Steve Nowlin said he is in custody and is expected to appear in court this week. During a party on Halloween that went into early Friday morning at 6150 U.S. Highway 160, Scott allegedly picked up a rifle and attempted to force everyone to leave, Nowlin said. Scott lived at the home off and on. About 2:30 a.m., a car carrying 5 people was departing from the party when Scott allegedly shot at the vehicle, Nowlin said. As they were driving out, Scott fired one shot at the vehicle that entered through the right rear passenger window and grazed the head of Nicholas Posey, Nowlin said. The bullet lodged in the front windshield and appears to be from a long rifle. A woman in the car was hit by glass shards from the shot but was not treated, Nowlin said. The other 3 passengers were uninjured. Posey, age 24, was transported to Southwest Memorial Hospital for treatment. He has since been released, Nowlin said. A search warrant was issued later on Friday morning for the residence, and detectives found ammunition and a firearm at the scene, although they're not sure whether it's the rifle one used in the incident, Nowlin said. The sheriff's office attempted to contact Scott on Friday, but were unable to reach him, Nowlin said. Deputies showed up at the home Saturday morning, but Scott apparently had left in a vehicle. Deputies caught up to him along US 160 by Woody's food stores about 10 a.m. and arrested him without incident. The case remains under investigation. Alcohol and drugs were involved, according to Nowlin. And from the Journal, Jerry McBride photo. A chilly Halloween with overnight temperatures dropping into single digits capped the coldest October on record in southwest Colorado, according to the National Weather Service in Grand Junction. The average temperature last month in Durango tracked lower than the same measurement for all Octobers since 1996, said National Weather Service meteorologist Chris Sanders. And the same goes for Cortez and I'm sure for Dove Creek as well. Weather observers in Grand Junction who have taken and kept track of temperature records since 1893 also recorded a record cold average in October for Grand Junction. It's basically, from what I can gather, kind of just out of the blue, Sanders said, of the record-setting cold. Looking back at the last 10 years, we really haven't had anything this cold. We have these colder years sprinkled in there, he said. 2009 was another one that was pretty similar to this round. Another in 2006. It's hard to really justify any trend. The National Weather Service forecasts below normal precipitation, above average temperatures, and a dry atmosphere for the first 2 weeks of November, Sanders said. A, quote, ridge of high pressure that's basically a block to moisture bringing storms in the southwest hasn't moved and isn't forecasted to move anytime soon, he said. Well, let's take a look at our local weather for the full first week of November. Well, alrighty, we did have quite a cold week last week and a cold beginning to November. Now we have another dry week ahead. Today sunny with a high near 57 degrees, calm winds becoming northwest around just 5 miles an hour in the afternoon, and the winds could be gusty though, up to 20 miles an hour today. Tonight clear with a low around 30 degrees. Northeast winds light around 5 miles an hour. And Tuesday sunny again with a high near 59 degrees, calm wind becoming southwest just around 5 miles an hour again in the afternoon. Tuesday night clear with a low around 31, calm wind becoming east-southeast around 5 miles an hour after midnight. And again for Wednesday, a similar weather pattern sets up for a sunny day with a high near 59, southeast winds around 5 miles an hour becoming southwest in the afternoon. Wednesday night mostly clear with a low around 31, and repeat for Thursday, sunny with a high near 58 degrees. Thursday night clear with a low around 29. The weekend is looking great for Friday's setup with sunny and a high near 58. Friday night mostly clear and a low around 29. Saturday sunny with a high around 58 again. Saturday night mostly clear with a low around 29. And now back to our news. The Durango Herald reports on open enrollment for healthcare with a photo by Denver Post Catherine Scott Osler. Southwest Colorado residents shopping for insurance through the state health care exchange this fall may benefit from an average 30% decline on plan premiums. Residents who were paying some of the highest monthly costs because they did not qualify for tax subsidies will see the savings, said Kevin O'Connor, who leads the health literacy program at San Juan Basin Public Health. Governor Jared Polis celebrated the lower premiums achieved through a new reinsurance program earlier this month. The reinsurance program will provide funds for insurance companies to cover particularly high-cost medical claims. Quote, this will save families thousands of dollars every year, Polis said in a statement. This is just one part of our bold agenda to reduce sky-high health care costs. The days of being ripped off on health care are finally ending in Colorado. The promise of savings could drive more interest in the Connect for Health plans in La Plata County, O'Connor said. It's always a good idea for people to review their options, he said. Connect for Health typically serves people who are not insured by their employer or government-run programs such as Medicaid or Medicare. About 3,000 people purchased insurance through the exchange, for 2019 in La Plata County, and about 800 customers purchased insurance through the exchange in Montezuma County. O'Connor said he often serves residents who are self-employed and have pre-existing medical conditions. Quote, "I get people who say, 'Thanks for helping me enroll. Obamacare saved my life,'" he said. Before the Affordable Care Act, known as Obamacare, patients with pre-existing conditions often could not afford insurance, he said. The two insurance companies selling plans in La Plata County, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield and Friday Health Plans, are also offering new plans for 2020, O'Connor said. Friday Health Plans in particular has reasonable options, he said. They are offering some very well-priced mid-range silver level plans, he said, of Friday Health Plans. In Montezuma County, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is the only company selling plans to residents, said Audrey Sanders, Financial Operations Advisor for Southwest Health Systems. The system is advising residents during open enrollment this year for the first time in several years. You can make an appointment here in Dolores County with the Frontier Community Clinic if you'd like to meet with one of their advisors on options here in Dolores County. The enrollment in the State Health Exchange opened up on Friday and runs through January 15th. And from the Durango Herald, courtesy photos, Blaze Davies attributes an idea from his wife, Alicia, as the inspiration for his startup company, Moto Burley, which is gearing up to manufacture rugged trailers built for the backcountry from its shop in the Durango Tech Center. Davies said, "When we were starting to camp a little more, she said, wouldn't it be nice if we had the kitchen in one bucket and you didn't have to assemble everything and carry it all to the car? What if you had everything in one place you could just hook up to the car and didn't have to load any stuff?" The suggestion prompted Davies to begin searching the internet for something akin to the product suggested by his wife. What he discovered disappointed him. Quote, "I looked at what was out there and nothing really fit. I thought I could change the suspension and the wheels. I could make it more rugged. Then I realized, hey, I can make these things better," Davies said. Davies approached his friend Keith Martin, who was rebuilding old-style Airstream-like trailers, with his business idea to build and sell rugged high-clearance backcountry trailers, and Martin quickly agreed to form a partnership. "He told me that he had been thinking about the same things," Davies said. Moto Burley has now developed two prototype models of backcountry trailers, the Joey, which is a 6 feet by 7 feet and typically between 30 inches to 32 inches high, and the Voodoo, which is 4 feet by 4.5 feet. Each model, built from aluminum composite material, comes with a pull-out kitchen and a stainless steel stove, a grill, a sink, a refrigerator freezer, pressurized hot water, a workspace with cutting boards, a space for propane tanks, large and small tanks, a 270-degree awning, a rooftop tent, and storage space. "This is your base camp. You're set up. You get to your spot and you're ready to go play," Davies said. Most trailer frames are made of angular iron, but to meet the needs of backcountry roads, Moto Burley makes frames out of stainless steel. Other features that allow the trailers to traverse Forest Service roads include Timbren axleless independent suspensions from Canada that provide the trailers with 20 inches of clearance, and a 2-ton articulating coupler called the McHitch, made in Australia, that replaces a ball joint hitch. The use of air suspensions allows the trailer to be lowered for camping, sleeping, or highway driving, and Davies eventually envisions creating a single button to allow users to drop the trailer with a push. When production gets going, Davies said trailers will be customized to each user's needs. He hopes to be able to turn around manufacture of a customized trailer in about 4 weeks. Prices for the trailers will range from $10,000 to $40,000, and Moto Burley has worked out a financing plan with First Southwest Bank for the trailers. The financing plan requires payment of half of the cost of the trailer in 2 installments, which allows Moto Burley to begin manufacture of each custom trailer, creating a VIN or vehicular identification number that allows First Southwest Bank to offer financing for half of the cost of the trailer. First Southwest Bank's effort to create a method for financing the trailers was key to making Moto Burley possible, Davies said. Manufacturing in Durango also helps. Quote, "We want to focus on the whole experience of being in here. There's a cool factor to being based in Durango. We want people to come here and experience the vibe and spend a night," he said. Davies envisions customers picking up their trailer, with Moto Burley picking up a night stay at the Rochester Hotel, and then planning a camping expedition in the San Juan National Forest to break in their new trailer. Quote, "We want to build a community of people with trailers," he said. The key allure of the trailers is getting beyond the established crowded campgrounds for farther removed private sites. If you can get beyond 1 or 2 areas where most people can't follow, you're away from the crowds. You've seen what it's like in Moab, he said. A participant in the Southwest Colorado Accelerator Program for Entrepreneurs, or SCAPE, Moto Burley is seeking $250,000 in startup capital, of which $50,000 has been committed to hire workers, purchase materials, set up manufacturing, and expand marketing. Davies and Martin plan to build 50 trailers for delivery in 2020, 150 in 2021, and 270 in 2022. The partners are also working on a teardrop trailer designed for use with motorcycles. There are people out there doing this, but everyone's unique and approaching this from a different angle, Davies said. What's great is this is something that you can't go on Amazon or eBay to find. It's not like we're making a different type of cooler that you can shop for online. And today's High Canyon Country happenings. Today, the Granary in Monticello proudly presents their first annual Killer Keys Dueling Piano Show. That's today, Monday, November 4th, from 7 to 9 p.m. Just a $10 cover charge per person. Seating is very limited, so call to reserve your spot early. Their number is 435-587-2597. It's going to be a fun night, they say. And November 6th, Human Trafficking 101. That's Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the Four Corners Child Advocacy Center in Cortez. This is basic information so you know more about human trafficking. This is perfect for clergy, medical and dental professionals, school staff and teachers, law enforcement, community members, parents, grandparents, and you. This is survivor-written curriculum. Feel free to stay from noon to 1 for the task force meeting, which is also open to the public. November 9th in Mancos, Mosaic Rocks. It's a workshop with Lily Rousseau starting at Saturday, November 9th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a lunch break. Learn to use all kinds of materials, including stained glass, beads, chains, tiles, and more to add beautiful one-of-a-kind art to smooth rocks to use as decoration in your home and garden. All levels are welcome. Please bring your own smooth rock or two between 4 and 8 inches at its widest dimension. All other materials are provided, including tools, tesserae, adhesives, and grout. It's $60 for the instruction fee, which you can go online to schoolofthewest.org/course/mosaic-rocks-November-9th. And it's also an additional $40 for material fees. So it's a $100 craft project with you bringing your own rock. And a Dove Creek Chamber reminder that the Christmas market in Dove Creek will be December 14th. Sign up early for early bird savings for a table by November 15th for just $10 for a table. Then it goes up to $15 per table by December 10th registration. It's a free first table for chamber members. That's $20 per year for home-based businesses or $60 for a full business membership. Contact the DC Chamber at 970-560-2856 or email manager@dovecreekchamber.com. There will be food, music, Christmas crafts, and more at the Christmas market, and that's Saturday, December 14th. The Chamber hopes you'll think and shop local as much as possible this season, and that will be held at the Community Center. I post up all of these High Canyon Country happenings on our Facebook page, which is DCTV News at Noon, so you can look up the phone numbers, the dates, and the email addresses and your URLs and such. And we upload the daily news to our YouTube channel, which you can search for with the same name and subscribe to online at DCTV News at Noon. And the broadcast is also posted to our general Facebook page, where we add links to stories of interest, share other events or news, and where you can join in on the conversation too. This is your local community TV station. So if you have something you'd like to share, contact us by email. That's dcbnnews@gmail.com, or you can call the station at 970-677-4119 and leave a message if we're not here. Thank you for tuning in. News at Noon now airs at noon Monday through Friday, and then is available on demand online on our YouTube channel and posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. And we rebroadcast it at noon, 2, 6, and then 9 a.m. the next day, and then all day Saturday throughout the day as well. We ask that you please like us there on Facebook, and if you would, share it with your friends and family so we can increase the viewership. This has been a production of DCTV for the News at Noon program. Out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA, I'm Kendra Cook. Thank you for watching.